Hi everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool jockey bracelet, and this was designed by the Looming Corner on Instagram. I will bring up his profile in just a second, but first I wanted to show you this bracelet a little bit. So I'm going to bring up his profile on Instagram here. It's the Looming Corner, the_looming_corner. I will have it in the description box below, so make sure to check him out, give him a follow for me. Just a quick overview of his account. He posts a lot of really cool pictures and is a very active poster. So I definitely recommend his account. Again, I'll have it in the description box below. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how to make this today. What you're going to need is 6 bar pins, 12 if you want a full wrap. If you want to make a full wrap, like that goes all the way around your wrist, you will want to use 2 full looms because this bracelet is very tight and it doesn't stretch very much. It actually curls up a lot, so it's very tight and it's a little bit difficult to I guess wear if it's not big enough for your wrist. So anyway, you're also going to need a hook, a C-clip, and some colors of bands, which I will go along with in the tutorial as I am showing you how to make this, and I'll compare it to this bracelet. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my hook off to the side here. First thing we're going to lay is going to be this border. I used the zebra stripe bands in here. Today I am using Cocoa Opaque. So to start, you're going to place 1 or 2 bands across this bottom peg here so that you can take off your bracelet. Then you're going to go to the outside on both sides. Make sure that the bands aren't twisted. Also, for this bracelet, I wouldn't really recommend dual layer bands. I thought it would look good, and it just turns out that they're all like twisted around. So, yeah. Then go up into the outside. Up into the outside. My bracelet's going to keep falling off, so I'm just going to put that over there. And then we're going to do 2 single chains going all the way down till we reach the end of our loom, and we're going to end on the very last peg on both sides. My voice is really scratchy today. It's probably why, or that's one of the reasons why I didn't film yesterday. Okay, once you get to the top, what you're going to do now is go down and into the center, and then across 1 peg. Same over here, go down into the center, and across 1 peg. You're going to leave this gap here open for a cap band at the very end. So go ahead and put all of these bands off to the side here. And once your loom looks like this, go ahead, come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is laying the lime green jelly that I have here in this bracelet. Also, the back side looks quite a bit different. Just looks like this. And I'm going to be laying the lime green jelly here. So I'm going to be using the navy blue jelly for this. Starting on this 3rd and 4th peg, what we're going to do is go up and out to the outside here. And here. And then go up to the next peg and go out. Make sure they aren't twisted. And go out. So go ahead and do this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. I'm going to do the same thing, and then I will come back and show you, or I guess I'm not going to be leaving, but once I get down to the end of my loom, I will show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you what parts we're going to be placing next. Once you get down to the end of your loom, it should look like this, and the last bands you're going to place will be out to these 2 pegs, and you're going to stop there. Once it looks like that, what you're going to do is come back to the beginning of your loom. Next bands you're going to be placing are these center penguin black bands I used here. I'm going to be using neon green today. All you have to do is place a horizontal band across those 2 pegs. Oops, skipping the first one since there's already a border band there. Go to the second one and put a horizontal band across, all the way down till you reach the second to last peg on your loom. Once you get down to this end-ish of your loom, you're going to stop here because we still have to put the cap band here and we're not going to lay any other bands there. So once your loom looks like this, go ahead, come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is placing 2 of the 4 single chains, in this bracelet. And I used neon pink for all of them, but just know that the inner 2 are in here. These are the outer 2. I'm going to be using the same color for all the single chains, which is ocean blue, but we're only going to be laying the 2 inner ones right now. So starting on these 2, their 3rd and 4th pegs, you're going to go straight forward. Oops. You're going to go all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. And then we're going to come back to the beginning and place a couple more layers. Once you reach the end of your loom, you should stop here. Then once you have this, come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to do is place X bands. In this bracelet I alternated between fuchsia and penguin black, but I'm just going to use one color today. And you can't really see it very much on this side. I'm just going to be using one color today, like I said before, and that's going to be teal. And starting on this outside peg here, you're going to do a short stretch into the center. And same on the other side, short stretch into the center. Then take another band, and from this 2nd and 5th peg, you're going to do a long stretch up into the outside and up into the outside. Then go across and a short stretch on both sides, and then up into the outside in a long stretch. So go ahead and do this all the way down till you reach the end of your loom. Then we're going to be placing one more layer once I come back, and once I finish. So as you get to the top, you should have this. So it should look like this. Your X's will end up at the top with the long part ending out here and the short part ending out here. Then once you do that, we have one more layer to place, so go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is placing those remaining 2 neon pink single chains in this bracelet. So I'm going to use ocean blue again. And now we're going to be placing from the 2nd and 5th peg just straight forward all the way down until we reach the end of our loom. Alright, so once you get down to the end of your loom, it should look like this. Your single chains will end just where these other ones did, but one peg shifted to the outside, so right here. Then go ahead and turn your loom around so that the arrows are pointing towards you. We're going to place 5 cap bands, and I'm going to be using cocoa for all of them. And 4 of them are triple caps, and 1 of them is a regular cap. So starting with the triple caps, just take 1 band and triple cap it on your hook. Oops, make sure to grab all 3 of those loops and place it on this outermost peg here. And then do the same thing with the other side. Then take your next one and place it here on the single chains. And then same thing on this single chain. Then last thing we're going to do is do a regular cap band and pull across those 2 center pegs. So once you have all of this looped, we're going to go ahead and start the looping process. First thing that we're going to do is be looping these center chains, and we're going to loop them a little bit differently. So grabbing this band, this single blue band from underneath of the cap band, we're going to pull it up into the outside here. So we're not going to pull it to itself, instead we're going to shift over 1 peg to the outside. Then same thing here, it only is going to grab that 1 loop, but go ahead and pull that up into the outside. Same thing here, up into the outside, up into the outside. So it's only going to catch the 1 loop of the previous single chain, but that's what you're going to do all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. I'm going to go ahead and finish mine, then I'll show you what to loop next. Okay, once you finish looping all of your bands, it should look like this. And then go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. Make sure that you push down these blue ones a little bit on your way back, because now we're going to be looping these neon green center bands. So just go in there and grab this neon green band, pull it over to itself, then go inside and push back that top neon green band, grab the bottom half of it, and pull it back over. So when you loop this, just be careful that this band doesn't pop off because it's a bit loose. So again, pull that over and pull the bottom half back. And just go ahead and do this all the way down till you reach the end of your loom, and I'll show you what to loop next. Once you have looped all of your neon green bands to themselves and then back to the other side, go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is looping part of the navy blue jelly bands. So what we have to do is go underneath of this first peg, and you're just going to grab that bottom navy blue jelly and pull it back onto itself. Same on the other side, just go ahead and pull that back onto itself. And just go ahead and do this all the way down the loom. So this is just one of the steps that we have to do with the navy blue jelly. But once we do this, then we can do another part of the looping. When you get to the top, notice there will only be one loop, which is your single chain loop to hold this blue band, but just go ahead and loop it back to itself anyway. Once you've done that, go ahead and come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is looping these single chain, these outer single chain bands. So just go underneath of the cap band and the navy blue jelly loop and grab the next band and pull it forward. And also I forgot to push down all of these, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick and then continue looping the ocean blue band. So again, same on the other side. Go ahead and pull that single chain band forward and then pull this single chain band forward and just pull it straight forward to itself all the way down till you reach the end of your loom. I'll go ahead and do the same thing and then I'll meet you at the end. So go ahead and loop these up to the top. Once you have them up at the top, go ahead and push down these single chain bands and then come back to the beginning of your loom. Next thing we're going to be doing is looping these X bands here. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is looping the long stretch. So go underneath of this triple cap band on the outside. You're going to grab that, push my camera, the teal band and pull it up into the inside. Fix this. There we go. And then same thing on the other side, go underneath of the triple cap and pull that teal band up into the inside. Then what we're going to do is pull this short stretch out to itself, so go underneath of the triple cap and the navy blue jelly loop, grab that teal and pull it to itself. Same thing on the other side, pull it to itself. Then go inside of that short stretch band that you looped to itself and pull that band up to itself, the long stretch band up to itself. Then from the inside, there's going to be two bands down here, which is the bottom half of your navy blue jelly and your teal. All you want to grab is the teal, so make sure that you're only grabbing that one. You're going to pull it to itself. Same on this peg, pull it to itself, and continue looping your X's like this all the way down until you reach the end of your loom. I'll go ahead and do the same thing, and then I'll show you how to loop your next steps. Okay, once you have looped all of the bands to themselves, it should look like this. And then go ahead and push down these bands on the outsides. Come back to the beginning, and then the next step that we have to loop is the other half of the navy blue jelly. So even though this navy blue jelly gets caught in the border, we still want to loop it. So go underneath and grab the bottom half of that navy blue jelly. And you're not going to pull it back to itself, obviously, because we don't have any bands there. And we're not going to pull it out to here. Instead, we're going to pull it up in a far stretch out to the third peg on this outer peg, I guess. And then go into the next one, grab your next band, and just kind of pull it parallel to your previous band. So it should look like this. And just go inside, grab that bottom navy blue, and pull it up and out to the border. You're going to go ahead and do this all the way down till you reach the end of your loom. Definitely be careful looping these because they are very tight. It's what makes the bracelet so tight. And if they snap, it's very, very hard to fix it. And then it doesn't matter what order you loop it in. Usually when I switch sides, I end up messing up the order, but it doesn't really matter what order you loop this, I guess, section in, as long as you loop it now rather than before. So you may notice these last bands up here don't have a peg to loop all the way out and up to. So we're just going to loop it straight forward right here and straight forward here. So then go ahead and push those bands down on the outside, come back to the beginning of your loom, and now we get to loop our border, which is going to start by looping these bands out here and out here. Then loop this down and loop this down, then go underneath all those loops, try to grab that one bottom band, it's being difficult, and pull that straight forward, and same here, pull that straight forward, and then just go ahead and loop straight up straight up to the rest of your loom. Then I'll show you how to take this off and finish it off. Once you get to the top, you're just going to loop this up and then into itself. Again, on this side, loop it up to itself, and then grab that bottom band there, loop it into itself, and then that's your extension band. But I usually, I figured out while making this bracelet, it's just easier to pull off these outside bands because it will loosen some of the tension here. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these off on both sides. I'm going to take these off here at the top too because that's a really tight area. And then again, making sure that that doesn't come off, pull that off, and then I'm going to grab this cocoa band, both sides of it. That's a little bit off camera, but I can't really scoot my camera any further. And then I'm just going to pull this off. Make sure that when you pull this off that you carefully take off these neon green bands because you don't want them to snap since they're already stretched out enough. Alright, so once you pull this off, you can see it's kind of twisting in the direction that you're going to wear it. So go ahead and turn it to the front side, kind of stretch it out, pull out these sides, and of course you can just pull this whichever way you want to when you are going to wear this. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll have the Looming Corner's name in the description box below, so make sure to check him out on Instagram and give him a follow for me. That's all I'm going to have for this video, so I hope to see you next time.